they've come out, I haven't missed an expansion at all, which I know to some people probably sounds sad. But when Hearthstone is one of your main games, I've been following people like Crip, like Trump, not Donald Trump, and Dog, fucking Firebat, Kibler, just to name a few names. Like, those have been very much influential people on me, because not only have I wanted to create content for myself or for my friends and stuff like that, just things that were funny, and I do so on YouTube. I also kind of like this element of sort of reactionary, like live interaction with chats and stuff like that. So I wanted to preface that with a bunch of information so my brain stops yelling at me. And then I just wanted to go through what was here that I feel like is acceptable, and then I was going to play some tools. So let's get into it. Too loud, maybe.
Welcome. I'm Ben Lee, Game Director of Hearthstone, and today we'll be taking you on an in-depth exploration of our brand new game mode, Hearthstone Mercenaries. But what's this new setting all around me? Welcome to the Mercenary Village. This will be a central home base for you and your growing crew of mercenaries, evolving over time as you take on bounties and battle other players. Mercenaries is truly unlike any other mode we've added to Hearthstone before. It offers a persistent world full of choice and progression to explore alongside your personalized team of Azeroth's legends.
So fucking dope.
Today we're excited to share numerous mercenary reveals, a tour
like
of the
a
village,
whole nother game on top
and
of
some big surprises that you
The
won't
Unity
want to
engine
miss.
is crazy for
so
being able
whether
to
you're a
handle
thrill-seeking
this.
opportunist or a benevolent bounty hunter, there's always a job and the promise of treasure for those of you up to the challenge. Thank you all for joining us. And now, let's jump straight in with our official trailer reveal for Hearthstone Mercenaries.
Kazakus, how long have we plotted and planned?
My dear Lady Presta, it's finally our grand opportunity.
We'll need some mercs to do our dirty work. Help me if you can, or I'm in trouble. Bring these bounties in and I'll pay double. You'll go from rags to riches in a snap.
Oh, get yourself some gear and grab a potion. Glory waits for you under promotion.
You know it.
Just be smart and wear your thinking cap.
Now, honest labor really can be its own reward. But life is so much sweeter now, you'll have a great sword.
There you go.
Step right up and you can be a mercenary. They say that fortune favors the bold, but fortune does you favors when you got enough gold.
I love this new like reintroduction for heroes, and just like really promoting this. Remember these guys? Like, fuck yes, I do.
When you're a mercenary.
Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over it.
Welcome back to the village, everyone.
But I did.
We hope you enjoyed that
Rip.
trailer. Mercenaries drops you into the rich world of Azeroth with a unique perspective. Instead of being the almighty individual hero, you'll play leader to your own mercenary enterprise. This journey will take you to the far reaches of Azeroth, hunting bounties for increasingly dangerous foes to reap the rewards. And these jobs don't only net you nice coin, the battles along the way level up your mercenaries to unlock abilities and allow you to find upgradable items. Now I'm sure you're eager
That's
to venture
sick.
off to take on your own dangerous and hopefully lucrative bounties, but first, let's join Valera in her hunt for Hagar and get familiar with an entirely new system of combat in Hearthstone Mercenaries. You may remember from our BlizzCon line announcement that Mercenaries is Hearthstone's
don't.
take on an RPG experience with roguelike mechanics. Let's start by taking a look at a mercenary in play, where you'll first notice familiar attack and health stats. What's totally
This
different
is so
that
cool.
each mercenary
I
has
don't
a
know
core set
why I
of
like
unique
it so
abilities
much
which
already.
appears actions when selected. There's tremendous variety in how these can impact the battlefield: healing, buffing, summoning, sizzling, and of course, going face. Wait, there is no face. That's right. In Mercenaries, victory is achieved by wiping out your opponent's team.
That's
That
so
might take
rad.
some getting used
like,
to
this
for
just
Rexar.
introduces so
All
many
abilities
fucking
have a
things
speed
right off the
value,
bat.
and some
The
also have a
possibilities
cooldown.
are endless.
Speed determines the
Even
order
just
of
with,
actions.
like, looking at
The
this
lower the
system.
number, the sooner that action will take place. Cooldowns, on the other hand, tend to come with the strongest abilities. When a mercenary comes into play, any of their abilities with cooldowns will be inactive until enough turns have passed. Once used,
Like
the timer starts
for, like,
again,
the whole
and you'll
map?
definitely want to be making use of these potential
Oh, yeah, I
game
guess
changers.
so.
In each round of combat,
What
you'll
the
first
fuck?
choose your team's moves
You
in the
could see it
command
on
phase
Zarella
before watching the
herself
battle
when she was
unfold
buffed
all
by
at
her
once.
own,
Positioning,
like,
timing,
arcane
strategic planning
magic
of your turn
damage
are
plus
critical
3.
in the
That's
outcome
so
of combat.
cool.
This can be tough, as the state of the board may change considerably once the spells start flying, and that clutch meteor finisher you were banking on won't happen if the mercenary is falling.
Oh, shit.
So, you've probably also noticed the red, green, and blue
and
coloring
they
of
level
each
up,
mercenary's
too,
stat bar.
looks like.
These represent if a minion is a protector, fighter, or caster respectively.
I wonder if
We
that's a
call these
level
roles,
up
and they
by
play a major
using
part
them
in
in
makeup of
battle, or if it's
mercenaries.
leveling up by
Let's take a look with a couple examples.
means of getting
Meet the
duplicates
main
through the
tanks of
store, because
mercenaries.
I will
While
kind
they
of hate
aren't
if it's
always the
duplicates to the
quickest,
store.
Protectors love holding
actually.
the front line and taking most of the punishment
I hope
so
that
that your
XP goes
squishies
to
don't have to. With abilities that grant
mercenaries.
taunt and a cartload of endurance to boot, they'll help your team control the flow of the fight. Take a look at Jiraxis, Eridar Lord of the Burning Legion. As you might notice, protectors can also dish out some
Repeat
serious
for
damage.
each other
Trust
demon in
me,
your party.
you don't
That's
want to
fucking
catch
cool.
these fists if he's teamed up with demons. Next, let's take a look
Oh,
at the wielder
what?
of Tusks of Manaroth himself, Garrosh Hellscream. If anyone knows how to properly armor up
What
for
are
a
the
fight,
little
it's this guy.
timers?
The more
Like,
enemies,
do you have to
the
wait a
merrier,
turn?
as Garrosh's Horde Strength ability will add increasing bonuses to his health. Maybe think twice before you summon that extra minion. When you're looking to cut through the competition with raw damage and finesse, fighters are the way to go. Their high attack makes
there are
them key
rarities,
threats
too.
on
I
the battlefield,
don't know why it
along
took me
with
so long to notice
abilities
that.
that keep your team's offensive pressure building. Check out War Master Voon. Favored by dragons and feared by enemies, this fighter will keep your
I
opponents running
fucking
for
love,
cover
like,
with
so there's a
flurry of
bronze
flaming
ring
axes.
around this
Voon
axe
can also
throw
summon
3. Does
additional
that mean you can
dragons into the
upgrade
fight
those
for a quick strike
abilities?
that simultaneously empowers his fire breath. If up close and personal is more your style,
I'm so
you're going to want a
excited.
fighter like Samuro in your squad. Unleash a whirlwind of blade on your foes, or create deadly deception with mirror images. While the Blade Master doesn't have the highest health, direct damage is always a gambit, since a well-timed whirling blade can mitigate future damage. There's no denying that blades and brawn contribute to a formidable team's front line, but you'll also want to bring some backline firepower and a good healer. That's where
Yes.
casters come in. They keep your team in the fight and unleash devastating spell
And, like,
combos to turn the
imagine
tide of battle.
This just
Who
like
better to
means
start with
seasonal
than our favorite
content
prodigal
for
priest,
this
Anduin
game
Writ?
mode
Harness the
too.
power
It
of
means
Holy
like
to buff and
quests for
sustain
this
your
game
team's health
mode.
throughout
It
the
means
fight, while
achievements
also
for this
delivering
game mode.
consistent damage to the enemy
Oh,
team.
yes.
As a leader of
There's so
humans
much
in Azeroth,
content.
Anduin's abilities are significantly amplified when fighting alongside more of his kin. Moving on, ready
Your
your
humans take.
chat.
I love how
Because
specific it
Blinkbox
is too. All the
up next as another
keywords are
caster
so
in
awesome.
Hearthstone Mercenaries.
They're just
This
making
crafty
things
canine
super
of the
specific,
arcane
and that's
uses
just
the
gonna
enemy
make the
team's
game better in
abilities
the long
against
run.
them,
Like
while also
Wild is looking
refreshing and
so
hastening
awesome
friendly
to me
cooldowns.
now,
Notice
and
the
like I still
arcane
have a ton of
combo
my
key.
cards. So
In Mercenaries, this
it might
means
not be,
a bonus effect if a previous arcane ability
you know,
was
bad
used by another
or a
member
hard
of the team
move
this turn.
over to
And yes,
Wild, but
there are combos
I do have to
for all
craft a
schools of
bunch of shit
We'll
that's
be
in the meta
checking
right
out
now.
examples of spell school synergy teams later on in the show. Let's cover one
Rather,
more
I would
central
have
piece
to.
of the role system. In Mercenaries, there's a relationship of strengths and weaknesses to consider when building teams and choosing engagements. Protectors deal double damage to fighters, fighters deal double damage to casters deal double damage to protectors.
Wow, that's
That
an
2
original
times damage
concept.
multiplier
That's
applies to
crazy.
both attacks and abilities, but only on offense. Opportunities to target these weaknesses and deal critical damage are contextually highlighted on the game board, and when planning bounties, you'll be able to discover some information to use this system to your favor. Most of the time, it's best to have a team that can
That's so
confidently
cool.
take on a range of roles. In the battlefield, capitalizing on the weaknesses of your opponent's roles while being mindful of your own is a critical piece of tactical decisions. I hope you enjoyed a first look at a
So
handful
can you
of
only
mercenaries.
have 3
There's
mercenaries
so much
active
more
at
to
once?
explore.
That's
How
what it
stats
looks
and
like.
abilities rank up as you level, treasures you discover in bounties that modify and amplify abilities, and even unique equipment for each mercenary that bolsters their kit in a variety of ways. We'll be unveiling all of that today, so stick around. Now let's check back in with Hasiba at the campfire.
Oh, hello. I like that she's just been
Thanks,
sitting there
Joe,
like the
and
whole
a
fucking
warm
time
and cozy welcome from the campfire to all of you.
in the dark.
Let's start the tour here at the centerpiece of your mercenary village, where visitors can stop by for a little R&R.
She has
During
my
their
freaking
stay,
job.
these
She
campfire
has
guests
what?
often have tasks you can pursue for
I wanna
special
do that.
rewards. But
I'm,
the
like, probably
question
way
of
worse,
who will
but
come to your village and
I'll help.
when is mostly up to chance. In-game, visitors will appear around your campfire as seen here. Clicking on the campfire presents you with the task board, where you can see the objectives along with rewards for completion.
This is amazing.
This is pretty similar to Hearthstone's quest system. Just remember to come back to the task board after you've fulfilled the requirements to collect your reward. Speaking of task rewards, let's talk about equipment, which is often a major reason you'll want to complete a specific visitor's job. One of the core ways in which you'll define a mercenary's playstyle is through their equipment. Only one piece can be active at a time, with 3 unique options to collect and upgrade. Let's take a look at what Illidan is able to acquire. Razor Fist will provide a straightforward damage bonus to his winged assault ability. We all know Illidan loves to attack, and this defensive option will prove useful if your team is lacking in the defense department. I'm sure you can already imagine what's coming next. Of course, you'll make for one very happy betrayer if you can acquire and equip the Warglaves of Azeroth. With Warglaves in hand, Outcast attack becomes a massive threat to the enemy's flanks. Moving on, let's introduce Karen Bloodhoof. As you'll see, his equipment options present a significant strategic decision. Reincarnation pairs great with this tanking Tauren, and may even foil your opponent's command phase game plan. Swift Totem will amp up the bonus from Endurance.
Can you hear the video? Like, sorry, I don't mean to use you as like IT, but I just want to make sure the video's coming in. Okay.
Thunderous Sash, on the other hand, can make Karen.
I love how bad the CCs are too. The closed captions are terrible.
Rely on getting in early attacks and buffs. Making
Karen's
sure your
War
is always going to give you an edge in combat, so be sure to keep an eye on those visitors and complete their tasks to gear up. And hello again, Ben.
Just, you know,
I love
sitting
these
around
transitions between scenes. Like they're just really.
It almost reminds me.
Ben, I think something's wrong with the portal.
But it looks really good.
Of course.
They're so nerdy about it, and I love it.
Today, we're thrilled to announce that Hearthstone will be welcoming. Embracing a character from a different Blizzard universe. I always forget I have it. It is now our pleasure to introduce you to the arch rival of the Nephilim.
I got it when I was like 18, I think. It's my 18th birthday present from one of my friends.
I will feast upon this world.
Okay, this is fucking cool too. Like, I don't know if this is gonna be a big thing, like if it's a crossover, but they're putting Diablo into fucking Hearthstone now. Like, that's awesome. That's so fucking cool, dude.
Not even death can save you from me.
Blizzard is getting all of my money.
Will go live at the launch of Mercenaries and can be found in Mercenaries packs. He'll also be available in the Diamond Diablo pre-purchase bundle, starting today. We hope you're as excited as
we'll take your money today.
Bring a little terror to the tavern.
Thanks, Blizzard.
Wait, you bringing what to my tavern? Oh, hey again, everyone. Now, of course, any good village needs an upstanding tavern, and this will play an important role in your
to be honest, I have no idea.
Let's take a look in-game. Once you build a
fucking
tavern,
horrible.
it will function as your mercenary collection.
And I read through that. I read through like this massive,
like the card collection,
like,
you'll be able
ultra
to navigate
dramatic. I mean, as it should have been, ultra dramatic Reddit posts about it. And I was like, dude, come on, like again, really? Like, and honestly, I should probably have. I really care about shit like that, and I mean, it's horrible. I try to fucking shut down as many people online that, you know, are even sort of like sexist or make even like, I know this sounds ridiculous, microaggressive comments towards people, because really that just like, stop fucking, there doesn't need to be this power dynamic there. It's just so ridiculous that would even come up. If a woman wants to play a fucking video game, how about just leave her alone? If she wants to be in the workplace, how about leave her the fuck alone? Like, just because she's a girl doesn't mean you need to, like, go up and be fucking weird. It literally chill. I don't know. That's of course you can't make everyone fucking see the same way, so we just do our best. But yeah, that shit's... It's like, sort of irredeemable to me, because I play a lot of Valorant. I really like Valorant. And there have been so many cases where it's like a full team just chimes in, like everyone's cool, and then, you know, maybe like the second or the third person that chimed in happened to be a girl, and we sort of, like, obviously everyone acknowledges that in their mind. Like, it's not that, like, often that you get a girl in your fucking party, but then the next thing out of someone's mouth should be like, oh my god, a girl? Like, how often do you think she hears that, dude? She's more sick of it than you are excited to say that fucking thing. Like, anyway. Get back to the
full library of mercenaries. Each has their own page to manage portraits, abilities, and
yeah, for real. Like, why is it the first reaction is to just hit on the person? How about be nice to them?
Art, with representations of the characters in different stages of their own lore. We all know Arthas and his path from beloved prince to Lich King. When you first unlock a mercenary, you'll have the default portrait as shown for Arthas. Each character also has two alternates, which can be earned from mercenary packs and in some cases tasks. Their portraits are a snapshot of notable growth and notoriety to collect, and you'll find the theme consistent throughout the roster. On top of the portraits,
people are gonna hate that because it's gonna be like, oh, spend more money.
To golden to diamond,
I like collecting shit, okay? That shit's awesome.
Added animations and effects. Next, feast your eyes on this young and adorable King Crush. He may have started out cute as a button, but once those teeth grew in...
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, distract your enemies with
One
extreme
girl was
cuteness
not nice to him.
or intimidate with pure terror. It's up to you. As you unlock and collect portraits, you'll open up new ways to bring the mercenary characters together.
Here's my eating.
Maybe you want to have Illidan, Tyrande, and Malfurion all teaming up during simpler times. In addition to customizing cosmetics, you'll come here to upgrade abilities and equipment. In Mercenaries, unlocking a higher rank of an ability significantly increases that character's power level. When a new mercenary joins your collection at level 1, they will have a single ability.
Oh, nice.
The second
so you
unlocks
can.
at level 5, and the third
upgrade their
unlocks when the
abilities
character
too. That's
reaches
so
level
rad.
15. Let's take a look at Millhouse's kit of Arcane Assault to compare his ability ranks. These are typically a linear increase to effectiveness, but in the case of Arcane Bolt, you'll be able to ramp up the spell damage you gain more quickly, in addition to a boost in
5
raw
ranks
damage.
of each. That's super
Upgrading
cool.
is done through a new in-game resource system called
I wonder if that'll
Mercenary
change over time too.
Each character has their own coin.
Yeah, look at that dude. Yes, they do level up to level 30.
Mercenary packs.
What?
Now let's shift gears to teams. In the Tavern's Mercenary Collection, you'll see a sidebar to manage
So
teams similar to
portraits are
standard
unlocked
card
through
decks.
multiple.
A team in Mercenaries is made up of 6. While you can only have 3 in play,
like
the remaining
receiving
3
the
will
card
make up
multiple
the bench.
times in
When one of your
packs, it
in-play
looks like,
mercenaries
and then
falls
you
in
level
battle,
them up by
you'll
actually
bring in a
playing
member
with
from
the
the bench
character.
at the end of that
Oh, and it looks like you unlock
So far today,
specific
we've taken a
freaking
look at how this
like
huge
points
new
to
mode's
unlock
gameplay works, with
abilities and
several
upgrade
views of
skills and
mercenaries
stuff.
and
That's
their
so
abilities,
cool,
equipment,
dude.
and art.
Oh,
What do you think,
no.
Asiva? Are we ready to dive into team building?
This needs to be here now,
Absolutely.
not October 12th.
All of you have now seen the core components that define an individual mercenary. Now the fun really starts as we start looking at the bigger picture of maximizing synergies. You never know exactly which mercenaries you'll discover in the world, but there are a variety of opportunities to bring them together in complementary ways. Let's start with a few examples of the most familiar relationships: minion types. Warlocks offer
Yeah, I don't know
versatile
why they're
strength
so
in their
deadpan
oads
for this.
and work together to overwhelm their opponents.
It's
with
probably
agile
because the
aggression
community is
and
so
power in
toxic, like,
numbers.
they just will get, like, shunted for doing anything out of, I don't know, out of a monotone, straight-face
Now, if
reaction.
you're more of a land animal
I
person,
think people are so
we got you
horrible
covered. You'll also find plenty of
in
Azeroth's
forums and
fiercest
comments and
beasts
stuff like
and
that. People
renowned
can be
heads.
terrible online for seemingly no reason. It's like, dude, no one's forcing you to play the game or be excited for anything. You just don't have to be a dick.
Lead a demon army into battle and dominate your enemies with overwhelming numbers.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, she probably, honestly, also, I imagine you'd get sick of staring at the same shit for fucking, like, hours and hours and hours every day. And she's the UI designer, so she's probably stared at it longer than anyone has.
That's just a few of the many minion types to find and collect in Mercenaries. And having 1 to 2 ways to combine their strengths on the battlefield is highly beneficial. Now let's talk about an entirely different way mercenaries can combine their skills
Yeah, I would imagine
to
so.
make a successful team.
Spell schools have become an integral part of Hearthstone, and we're extending that approach to mercenaries in a major
I think
way.
a lot of the devs
loyalties
play.
and motivations of certain characters may clash,
It's a
finding
really, like,
wielders of a
friendly, I think,
specific magic will
in
unlock
in terms of the
incredibly
Hearthstone
powerful
team,
combos and
I
teamwork.
think they really, like,
Fire
legitimately
synergy
care.
can come
Because
from a
I've followed a lot of
traditional
their
fire
Twitters,
to
and they just seem like
elementals, to a whirlwind
legitimate
of flames
people
and
that
smoke.
also, like, want to be
Their
nerdy and
abilities
work
to
on a
unleash AoE destruction.
Warcraft-esque card game, and they seem to certainly enjoy it. I mean, I don't think the game would have lasted this long
Wow,
had they
that
hated
team
it, and
was
there was a
pretty
few
intense.
expansions where
I think
people
we need
said,
to chill out
like,
a bit
oh,
and
if this
move on to
doesn't
the
do
next
well,
spell
like,
school.
Hearthstone's going in the gutter, and you know, it never happened. I played, like I said, fucking all the way through beta, and I've never really noticed a stint in player base or anything like that. But then again, there's never been like never shows you how many people are actively playing. Like you could probably just check that on Twitch or something, see how popular Hearthstone is. But in my eyes, they've never released something that's been like, oh, I'm so bummed I spent my money on this. But you know, that's everybody has their own thing. Like I know I used to get super upset about like specific decks and stuff like that, but that just feels like the card game in general.
Now we can't show holy without its polar opposite.
I can't be upset at being bad at the game. I mean, I can, but it's not going to do anything for me. Transform? What?
Again, there are plenty more spell schools to explore and build teams around in Mercenaries, but I hope you're all enjoying a preview to start considering how these synergies can be leveraged.
Definitely. We didn't even check out nature yet, and that's gotta be one of my favorites. But the show must go on.
I don't like it too much.
In addition to spell schools and minion types, there are other outside-the-box
I do like their
ways
Battlegrounds,
to
their Hearthstone
strategy.
Battlegrounds version.
Let's check out one more example that uses tricks, traps, and the combo
what is it
keyword
called?
to build
I'm
momentum.
I have it on my iPad, I think. No, I guess it deleted it. Shit. Teamfight tactics. There we go. That word. Yeah. Oh, not the. Yeah, TFT.
2 to 3 of these
TFT I enjoy it.
Your roster is a pretty good idea. All right, that wraps up this stop of the tour. I'm sticking around at the tavern. Where are you taking these fine viewers next?
I love like, I love how like scripted this is, but they look a little awkward about it, and it's just my favorite because I definitely would be just as awkward, but like still excited about it. It's my favorite.
Initially, you'll have to make do with a reliable Dark Moon mare to get the job done.
Standing in a fucking set of like what the game is supposed to be. This is so like goofy. What? It still says this is Resident Evil 4.
Wait, is that Sarge? Sarge, what are you doing? You're supposed to be in the tavern. What do you mean there's not enough cheese? There's so much cheese in there. Okay, fine. If you have to go, then pick me up a block of Darnassian Blow, please. And be careful, it's dangerous out there. We're very excited to announce that Sarge will be available as a new World of Warcraft mount when the game mode launches. Complete the Mercenaries tutorial and start your first bounty to automatically unlock Sarge on your WoW count. Interacting with the travel point is your first step to starting a bounty, which you can think of as a PvE mission. There are several zones to explore, along with progressively higher level targets to hunt. Let's dive in and head to
That was cringy. What? Well, what did I miss?
Bounties with some information to help you see you in a bit, Joe.
What did I miss? The mouse thing. Oh.
Remember that a team has 6 mercenaries, so combining 2 to 3 of these themes amongst your roster is a pretty good idea. All right, that wraps up this stop of the tour. I'm sticking around at the tavern. Where are you taking these fine viewers next, Hasiba?
We're actually headed towards the portal. See you in a bit, Joe. Now it's time to see how you'll access the world and take on bounties in Mercenaries. So the portal here is what we call the travel point. Initially, you'll have to make do with a reliable Dark Moon mare to get the job done. But as you upgrade the village, the technology and capability of the travel point increases. Let's head into the game to learn a little bit more about... Wait, is that Sarge? Sarge, what are you doing? You're supposed to be in the tavern. What do you mean there's not enough cheese? There's so much cheese in there. Okay, fine. If you have to go, then pick me up a block of Darnassian Blow, please. And be careful, it's dangerous out there.
Okay, yeah, that was super
We're
cringy.
very excited to announce that Sarge will be available.
I'm so sorry, random lady. That was really bad. I'm really sorry they made you do that.
Automatically unlock Sarge on your WoW count.
Woohoo! On my WoW account. Nobody plays World of Warcraft anymore.
What you can think of as a PvE mission. There are several zones to explore, along with progressively higher level targets to hunt. Let's dive in and head to Felwood. Here, we have the available bounties with some information to help you decide on the right job. The target of a bounty will be the final boss of that run, so noting their role can be beneficial in bringing your A-team of counters.
Yeah, it's garlic bread.
I think we'll take on Raven the Hunter's bounty for some good old Furbolg fighting. Remembering that our target is a protector, I'm thinking this arcane awesomeness team here will fare quite well, since it has all of our highest level
You hear
caster
that?
mercs.
The arcane awesomeness
in we
team.
go to Felwood to find Raven. Every bounty map is procedurally generated, meaning you'll get
What?
unique map layouts along with randomized encounter enemies and
loot?
points of interest to navigate. Clicking on the nodes gives you some details, but you'll also need to use your
That's
intuition
so cool.
and decide which routes to take along the way.
Oh,
Let's unpack some of
what,
the
in this?
obstacles and rewards for clearing them that you'll find in the
You have a main.
minor encounters.
I don't know. I don't have a
that
main.
should be manageable, given your team is on par with that bounty's power level. Keep your guard up though.
I just play
Losing members on your team will restrict
whatever
your
I-
options in the long run.
I don't know.
Here,
Like
you'll find
whatever's
not all enemies have
doing the
one,
best
and
in the
they can
meta
also
at the
have
moment.
keyword
I know it
effects
sounds
like Death
fucked,
Rattle.
but
Always take a moment to
like
scope out their
so
moves and
shaman is
strategize
super
with
strong
them.
right now, so I've been playing shaman.
Now the exciting part.
I do really like mage, and then
all members
the
of your party.
and the quest
On
mage.
top of that, one mercenary
lists
in
right
your
now are
party
really
will
good.
be rewarded with a
They're really
discovered
fun.
treasure that can bolster stats and abilities or add an entirely new spell or attribute. Treasure bonuses last throughout that bounty run, but are not permanent upgrades to the mercenary. Side note, as long as one mercenary is still standing at the end of a battle, all damage on that mercenary will be fully recovered before the next encounter. Elite encounters work the same way, but the risks and rewards are far greater. These enemies will offer a major challenge, and it's unlikely that your party will come out unscathed. Then again, think of the super treasure. Substantially bigger bonuses come from besting these elites.
I'm just gonna play Hearthstone tonight, but I would definitely
You'll
love to
also
play at
come
some
across
point. Yeah.
spirit healers that simply revive any fallen members of your party. After limping away from an elite encounter, this can be a beautiful discovery that saves your bounty run. Beyond encounters and spirit healers, keep an eye out for the many other curveball points of interest that fill the roads to bounty bosses. Take the mysterious stranger, where choosing to engage can reveal a helpful ally, confounding
Temporary.
an adversary,
I like
or
that they
a
felt the
neutral
need to
surprise. Or you can find
specify
and activate
that, but like everything
boots
else
that
up to this
empower
point has
all
been fine.
characters of a specific role for the rest of the bounty, including enemies. Alas, after
No, I
battling
actually
your way through
I
the
got this
twists
for
and
my birthday,
turns,
like right before the
made it
whole
to the end of
fucking
the line. The
domestic
final
abuse
and
thing
greatest
happened.
challenge will be
So
your
I got to
bounty
use it
target,
for like a month, and
occupying
then I
a
didn't
special
get to see
boss
it for a
room
while.
along with their hoarded treasures.
It technically yes,
Now
but
it's
I got
time
it for
to
my
bring out
last
the best of
birthday,
your team
which is
and
crazy.
maximize the value of
Or-
every treasure, boon, and bonus to
No.
finish the job. Successfully completing the bounty will immediately
pretty much
open
new.
the treasure chest
Maybe
with
it
a
was
slew
it
of
was near my
sweet
birthday last year. Either
rewards.
that or it was
However,
Christmas.
if your
I
team
forgot.
was wiped out
I-
at any point in
I don't
the
know.
run, you'll only retain
No,
the
yeah,
experience
not-
gains of
And
the run. Any particular bounty
I
can
mean,
be
I definitely
attempted
slept
and
in it a few
completed an
times
unlimited
'cause it was
number
so
of
comfy,
times,
but
with each instance
yeah, it's been
offering a
fun.
new random map with the same final boss.
Oh, that's
Since
the
you can
final
also
loot.
glean the
Okay.
potential rewards by inspecting the treasure chest of a bounty's map. There's many cases where replaying and beating the same bounty for that certain
WIP. I love that,
Let's
dude.
go back to the travel point menu, where you'll also see
designers are so
additional
good.
difficulties. A
They
quick
just
note
wrote it
that
in there with, like,
completing
a
all of the bounties in
handwritten
each
note
zone
of
on
just,
normal
like, don't look at
will
this
get
yet.
your team well into the 20 to 25
We just had to
level
put it
range.
here.
So what comes next? Once you upgrade the travel point in your village from a horse to a flight point, sorry horse, heroic difficulty will be unlocked. Bounty difficulties can be toggled at any
What?
time in the village. Heroic versions of a bounty will obviously scale up the power level of enemies and bosses, but there's also an increase in
Okay.
map size and layout.
Thanks for stopping
that
by,
ramps up
Amanda.
the
It's good to see you.
challenge and stakes of each run.
Good
Now,
talking to
if you're
you.
also
Not to see you,
wondering,
but
hey
you know what I mean.
Asiva, could you please explain that giant portal behind you? Well, that's actually
You
the Tier
too.
3 upgrade of the travel point. At launch, only normal and heroic bounties will be available. However, in an upcoming content update, we'll be opening up legendary difficulty, accessed by fully upgrading the travel point of your village to the portal here. This is just one big piece of the content that we have planned to follow the release of Mercenaries, as we'll also regularly be adding themed updates with new bounties, mercenaries, and the additions to the village. With that, you're well equipped to start tackling the wide world of bounties that awaits outside the village. So now
That
let's shift
turn
gears
was
and
so
talk about
unnatural.
PvP in Mercenaries. In the essence of
I
civility,
love
we like
this.
to
I
keep all
adore
the
it
drama
so
contained
much.
here in the
I
fighting pit.
promise, and the laughs
This
are
functions
facetious.
as your
It just
access point to
comes
battling
off really
other
charming.
players. And now I'll let our resident PvP expert, Joe, fill you in on what to expect.
So you've bested a few bounties, and now your party is ready to challenge other players. Well, step on down into the fighting pit. I'm game designer Joe Killian, here to show you the ropes of PvP and Mercenaries. Once you've unlocked and built a fighting pit in your own humble village, you'll be ready to get started. Inside, you can select from your teams and prepare, just like choosing a deck in Standard. At launch, a Mercenaries PvP match will consist of both players bringing a single team of 6, and just like in a bounty encounter, defeating your opponent's entire party will secure victory. One key difference from other game modes is that you take your party into combat as is. That means the progress you've earned in mercenary levels, ability tiers, and equipment all play a direct role into your PvP prowess.
Hell yeah.
As you can imagine, the matchmaking in Mercenaries is quite a bit more complex than other game modes, since it needs to weigh all of these aspects to ensure relatively even power levels. While you'll always be paired up against opponents with teams of similar strength, we love that these factors open up a ton of potential for unique asymmetrical matches.
Yes,
now let's
sir.
talk strategy for a moment. Unlike PvE, where you can gather some information on what you'll be up against, in PvP, your team will face a mixed bag of opponents with varying roles and synergies. You may find yourself up against a protector-heavy orc team, or thrown into a fiery foray of elementals and
That's
casters.
so cool.
I like to bring beasts and nature casters, so I have good coverage of all
Oh
the
my
roles
God.
and some powerful synergies. If you want to come out swinging with
all of the
fighters,
things that can
the
the
choice is
possibilities
yours.
behind this are
Players
fucking
will earn
endless,
daily
and I'm
rewards just
so
for participating in
fucking stoked.
PvP. But with great ratings comes great rewards, and at increasing milestones, you'll unlock more and more mercenary reward chests. However, unlike the ranked chests from Standard, these contain mercenary-specific items, like mercenary packs and coins, so you can continue to expand and improve your mercenaries roster. We're incredibly excited to open up an entirely new way to PvP in Hearthstone, and now you know everything you need to get started, so it's up to you and your party. Good luck in the fighting pit, and we'll see you in Mercenaries.
I'm sold. Give it to me.
Welcome back, everyone. One of my favorite aspects in PvP and Mercenaries is that you can't see your opponent's command phase actions, which often obscures combat ability order, adding a new layer of challenge to tactical decisions. On the other hand, watching some good combat chaos unfold is half the fun. Alright, let's touch on a few other areas of the village, starting
I like it
the
because
merchant
it's
cart.
it doesn't
Here
seem
you'll
like it's
find
gonna
the
be a lot
mercenaries
of people
shop with,
trying
you
to
guessed it, mercenary
like build teams that are centered around disrupting your goal, which ultimately makes it not fun for you. But it also just promotes the idea of just building a team based off synergy alone and coming up with your own sort of like, if I do this at this point, this will be kind of cool. And like then you do get this sort of Pokemon battle feel to it, where it's you trying to guess what your opponent's best next move is, and then to do what you think will counter that. This is so cool.
Mercenaries packs. This new kind of Hearthstone pack contains Mercenaries items with the same pack opening feel. Inside, you'll find coins for crafting Mercenaries or upgrading abilities and equipment, along with
It doesn't really
actual
feel
new
the same, though.
mercenaries and even
When it
alternate
showed it,
portraits.
it's like just 5 different
Occasionally,
coins
you might
like
find
that I'm
limited
not
time
stoked
offers
about.
and
I'm sure they'll
deals here
change
from
that,
the
but
merchant. So it's good to stop by and check
that did
in.
not look fun.
Tucked in over here is the mailbox to keep your village connected to the world. Besides your Mercenaries team's fan mail, of course, we'll also be sending updates on new content, patch changes, and other fun stuff here. So keep an eye out for the handy exclamation mark that you have unread mail. Oh hey, I think I see Joe doing a bit of combat training over there. Keep it up, Joe.
Thanks, Asiba. That's enough training for now.
Oh my
Let me
God.
show you the last stop on our tour, where I'll swap out swords and shields for blueprints. This workshop here is where all the constructing and upgrading happens. Throughout the day, we've explored how different areas of the village contribute to our overall journey in Mercenaries. But at the start, you'll basically have an open plot of land as your empty canvas. Then it's up to you to decide what you want to build and upgrade. When it comes to building up your village, everything is done with gold, and only gold. The first step is to create a starting version of each structure to unlock its benefits. For example, the fighting pit gives you access to PvP. From there, some structures can be upgraded for added benefits and bonuses. Upgrading the campfire, for instance, opens up more spots for visitors to come give you tasks. Speaking of the campfire, let's see how the others are doing. Well, I don't know about you two, but after all that constructing, it feels good to be back by the campfire.
You know, Millhouse conjured these, and supposedly Arcane Infusion tastes like blueberries.
Oh, wow.
Anyways, hey everyone at home. Along with what Joe talked through, we have plenty more exciting additions planned for the village, and you'll see those arrive in a future update. Be sure to keep some gold tucked away to get your mercenaries the new digs. And with that, I think we'll call this tour a wrap. Ben?
Indeed, you both rocked it. Thank you so much to all of you who came along with us in seeing what Mercenaries is all about. We couldn't be more excited to welcome you into this.
I just want to say I kind of disagree with that too. There shouldn't be any incentive for new players to have to direct the like one resource that they get towards content, because like what if they already have to fucking buy packs? I'm just gonna spend money on it. It's because it's more cost effective. It's not like a whole, you know, it doesn't have to be a whole fucking ordeal. But for brand new players, they already don't have cards. How are they gonna also get mercenary shit for gold too? That's kind of fucked. But I don't know. Maybe that's the only thing Blizzard can do to compromise. I have no idea.
It's a massive new adventure.
Blame though.
Whether your goal is conquering all the heroic bounties, ascending the PvP leaderboards, or collecting a legendary roster of renowned heroes and villains. On behalf of the team, we sincerely appreciate you continuing to support, play, and communicate with us around the hearth. We're looking forward to hearing your thoughts on today's announcements, and we'll see you at the launch of Mercenaries on October the 12th. Until next time, we'll see you in the tavern.
Thanks, guys. That was really cool, actually. That was a really neat, like, demonstration of it, and it was really cute. Like, that must have taken some work to put together. Is that it? Yeah, I suppose so.